I think he's a freshman, but he's done this before, once before at least. Sam Savitz.
Okay, so the last time I was here, I made a bunch of jokes about Connecticut, but my friend who's from here said not to do that this time because it's so easy. Like, a state shellfish is the eastern oyster. Like, there's so much material there. No, I'm going to talk instead about roller coasters. So for 5 years, I went to roller coaster camp, and usually people who know me, when they hear this, they ask, did you do like math or like physics or something? And I say, no, I'm not that much of a fucking nerd. I did go to academic camp though for the other 3 weeks. But, so, this was a small camp, fairly small, and we would just go around to different amusement parks and ride roller coasters. The head counselor of this camp, he was a member of this club, that's the American Coaster Enthusiasts. When I talk about this, people ask me if I'm a member of ACE. And I'm not, because they make you pay. That begs the question, what do they make you pay for? There's a newsletter that gets sent out. You also get a ballot for the prestigious ACE Golden Ticket Awards, which honors such things as best theme park food. It's gone to the Canobus Park in Pennsylvania recently. They have like alligator bites or something, and people like it. So, one experience on this camp that I had was I went. There's one that went to like the south. It's like a bus tour. We went around the south, and we went to Dollywood in Tennessee. That's where I got this T-shirt from. And Dollywood is so named because it's run by Dolly Parton. But another thing in this town that it's in, which is Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, they have this dinner theater show. You know, I don't know how many people have been to dinner theaters before, but there's like medieval times or whatever, and you root for like the knight and they perform while you eat like chicken or whatever. But this one, it was like a horse show. They had horses doing tricks and like pigs racing each other. But instead of having like colors or whatever, it was divided into the north and the south. And the north people wore blue and the south people wore gray. And the south won, and it seemed a little bit rigged to me. And I suppose I was just thinking about that since they had not one but 2 rebel gear shops along the walk to this place that were just selling everything in Confederate flags. So another thing that I experienced was we went one summer to Florida, and on this tour to Florida there was a girl who had been on a tour with me before, and we had hooked up once, twice, and she expressed interest in doing it again, but she was kind of shy. She didn't want to do it in a place where other people did. So I realized that last sentence could have been misconstrued as something that's a lot worse than that. But we went to Disney World with the tour, and we went on Splash Mountain, and we sat in the back of the log, and I don't know how many people have been on Splash Mountain, but there's a series of like small drops followed by like animatronic singing animals. So during the animatronic singing animals thing, we got in a little bit of making out or whatever. Unfortunately, there's also after the big drop, there's like a short space of time before you get to the exit. We decided that would be a good time to continue. Unfortunately, everyone else in the boat looked around at that particular moment to check out how wet everyone had gotten from the big drop. And so that was embarrassing, especially because my little brother went with me on these tours. And then one of the best rides that I went on was at Cedar Point in Ohio. It's called Top Thrill Dragster. It was once both the tallest and fastest coaster in the world, but then it got beat out by Kingda Ka in New Jersey. In both these rides, they basically just shoot you upwards and then you go down. And so they're both shaped like like giant steel penises. And I just imagine the conversation that went on in Six Flags headquarters, like, we need to build our penis coaster 14 feet taller than that coaster. And it needs to go 6 miles per hour faster. But the difference between the rides is that King Ka has shoulder restraints, whereas Top Thrill Dragster has the only lap restraints. And so even though Top Thrill is a little bit shorter, the ride is overall just smoother and more enjoyable. Thank you, that's my set.